The weather is warming up, and that means mosquitoes will be back, and local businesses are helping to cut back on those bites this summer. In just a couple of weeks, the East Middlesex and Suffolk County Mosquito Control will spray for mosquito larvae in 29 cities and towns, including Framingham, Sudbury, and Wayland.
We're going to use helicopters and apply BTI just to hit mosquito larvae in large wetlands.
The Mosquito Control Superintendent, Brian Farless, says hitting the mosquito population is beneficial to our community to help control the nuisance.
Without the spring helicopter application, it would just have massive amounts of mosquitoes.
The Central Massachusetts Mosquito Control Project that sprays in Marlborough and neighboring towns using trucks say the pesticides they use are very specific to mosquitoes.
Once the mosquito eats it, they have a very specific pH in their stomach. And when this bacteria encounters that pH, it then starts to reproduce. And it becomes toxic to the mosquito, and the mosquito larvae will then die. Other insects, amphibians, etc., are exposed to this bacteria as well, but since they don't have that specific pH in their stomach, it's not an impact to them at all.
Executive Director Timothy Deschamps says the decrease in the mosquito population does not heavily affect the ecosystem.
To our knowledge, there's no predator of the mosquito that relies solely upon the mosquito. So by removing mosquitoes as a food source, either in the aquatic habitat or as a flying mosquito, does not diminish the prey for most of these other animals. Bats, for example, will much prefer a June bug over one mosquito because obviously a June bug is a much larger meal for it.
But are careful to spare crucial pollinating insects while spraying insecticides.
As we learn more, we use better insecticides. The pollinator issue has been of concern for us for many years, but certainly going back about 8 or 10 years with colony collapse is something that we've educated ourselves quite a bit more on. And it's important for beekeepers to let us know if they have beehives so that we can put those on our exclusion list and make sure we don't do applications around them. But the products we use are very low residual. There's no amount of pesticide left the next day when these pollinators come back out of their hives. So we have not seen any impacts from our spray program with pollinators.
Both mosquito control departments say anyone wishing to opt out of spraying near their property can do so through the Massachusetts Department of Agricultural Resources. For WMCT News, I'm Talia Clarke.